In this video, we uncover 5 of the most valuable and expensive ultra-rare United States wheat pennies ever discovered. These coins may be small in size, but their market prices tell a very different story, with certain examples selling for thousands of dollars based on condition, rarity, and demand. Wheat pennies in this list represents real monetary value and serious collector interest. As we break down what makes these coins so expensive and why their prices continue to rise, you will see how an ordinary-looking cent can become a powerful and highly valuable piece of American coin history. First up, we're exploring the most valuable and rare, the 1940 United States wheat penny, without a mint mark, stands as one of the most captivating and highly sought-after issues in the Lincoln Cent series, a coin that continues to command attention for its impressive worth and lasting appeal. Struck at the Philadelphia Mint, this seemingly modest copper cent has earned its reputation as a prized treasure among serious collectors, particularly in high-grade condition where its value can rise dramatically. What fascinates enthusiasts most is the contrast between its everyday appearance and the substantial market demand it enjoys today, making it a powerful reminder that even common-looking coins can hide exceptional value when history, preservation, and rarity align. Minted during a period when the United States was emerging from the Great Depression and standing on the edge of World War II, the 1940 wheat penny carries deep historical significance. It belongs to the long-running Lincoln Wheat Cent series, introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, a series that reshaped American coinage by placing a real historical figure on everyday money. Produced at the Philadelphia Mint without a mint mark, this penny circulated at a time of economic recovery and industrial growth, serving as a tangible connection to the lives of Americans just before the nation's full entry into the global conflict of the 1940s. The visual design of the 1940 wheat penny adds greatly to its enduring appeal. The obverse features Victor David Brenner's iconic portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, rendered with sharp detail that becomes especially striking in uncirculated examples. The reverse displays the classic twin wheat ears framing the words 1 cent and United States of America, symbolizing prosperity and national strength. Struck in a bronze alloy of copper, tin, and zinc, the coin measures 19 millimeters in diameter and weighs 3.11 grams. In high-grade condition, the original reddish luster and crisp design elements give this penny a visual presence that captivates collectors instantly. Rarity plays a crucial role in elevating the value of the 1940 no-mint mark wheat penny, particularly when condition is taken into account. While millions were originally minted, the vast majority entered circulation and suffered wear over decades of use. Truly pristine examples, especially those graded mint state with full original luster, are remarkably scarce today. Collectors also pay close attention to subtle varieties, strike quality, and surface preservation, as even minor differences can significantly influence desirability. The challenge of locating a sharply struck, uncirculated specimen is a major reason demand remains strong. In today's numismatic market, the value of the 1940 Philadelphia wheat penny can be surprisingly high when condition and rarity align. Circulated examples may trade modestly, but in uncirculated or near-perfect condition, prices can climb into the 4-figure range. Certified high-grade pieces, particularly those with exceptional eye appeal, have been known to command between $1,000 and $8,000 at auction, depending on grading and overall quality. This steady appreciation reflects both the coin's historical importance and the intense competition among collectors seeking top-tier examples. For collectors pursuing this coin, careful strategy is essential. Prioritizing certified examples from respected grading services helps ensure authenticity and accurate assessment of condition. Close inspection for original luster, clean surfaces, and strong strike detail is critical, as these factors heavily influence value. Purchasing from reputable dealers or established auctions reduces risk, while proper storage in protective holders preserves the coin's condition over time. Engaging with collector communities and monitoring auction results can also provide valuable insight into current market trends. Beyond its established reputation, the 1940 no-mint mark wheat penny continues to stand out as a benchmark coin for collectors who value both historical depth and proven market strength. What makes this issue especially compelling is how condition transforms it from a routine circulation cent into a high-value collectible that commands respect at major auctions. In brilliant uncirculated condition, with full original red or red-brown surfaces and sharply defined wheat ears on the reverse. This coin embodies the craftsmanship of pre-war American minting. Its consistent demand reflects not short-term speculation, but long-term confidence from numismatists who view it as a stable, blue-chip entry within the Lincoln Wheat series. Ultimately, the 1940 wheat penny without a mint mark represents a compelling blend of history, artistry, and scarcity that few small coins can match. It stands as a tangible connection to a pivotal era in American history, while offering collectors the thrill of owning a coin whose value far exceeds its humble face value. As a prized collectible and a strong long-term investment, this wheat penny continues to captivate enthusiasts worldwide, rewarding those who recognize its significance and pursue it as a standout addition to any serious numismatic collection. And secondly, we are diving into one of the most overlooked yet surprisingly expensive coins in American numismatics, the 1939 United States wheat penny struck in Philadelphia without a mint mark. At first glance, this coin looks ordinary, even forgettable, yet in the right condition it can be worth far more than most people ever imagine. This video is designed to open your eyes to how a simple 1-cent coin from 1939 can carry serious value, deep historical meaning, and strong collector demand, making it one of the quiet standouts of the entire wheat penny series. The 1939 wheat penny without a mint mark was produced at the Philadelphia Mint, which historically did not use mint marks during this era. While millions were struck, what makes this coin collectible is not just its age, but its position in history and the difficulty of finding well-preserved examples today. This penny represents the final years of the wheat cent design before America transitioned into a new era, and collectors value it as a bridge between the hardship years of the Great Depression and the approaching changes of the 1940s. Many were heavily circulated, spent, and worn down, leaving far fewer survivors in high-grade condition. To truly understand this coin, you have to look at the historical backdrop of 1939. The United States was slowly emerging from the Great Depression, while global tensions were rising as World War II loomed on the horizon. Copper was still plentiful, but within a few years wartime needs would change coin compositions forever. The 1939 wheat penny was struck during a period of economic recovery, meaning coins were used aggressively in daily commerce. As a result, most examples show heavy wear, which directly impacts their modern-day value and makes pristine pieces far scarcer than mintage numbers suggest. The design of the 1939 wheat penny remains one of the most iconic in American coinage. On the obverse, Abraham Lincoln's portrait appears with strong, clean lines when well preserved, and collectors carefully examine the sharpness of Lincoln's jaw, coat, and hair for signs of quality strikes. The reverse features the classic twin wheat stalks framing the words 1 cent and United States of America, symbolizing agricultural strength and national unity. Coins with full wheat lines, bold lettering, and minimal fading are especially desirable, as these details are often the first to disappear through circulation. Rarity with the 1939 no-mint mark wheat penny is not about how many were made, but how many still exist in attractive condition today. Brown, heavily worn examples are common and carry modest value, but red and red-brown coins with original luster are dramatically scarcer. Coins that avoided circulation entirely, especially those graded mint state, become exponentially more difficult to find as grade levels rise. This steep condition rarity curve is what transforms an ordinary-looking penny into a serious collector piece. Collector demand for the 1939 wheat penny remains strong because it checks multiple boxes at once. It is pre-war, historically significant, visually classic, and part of a widely collected series. Wheat penny collectors often aim to upgrade key dates within their sets, and 1939 Philadelphia coins in high grades are notoriously hard to replace once sold. This demand is fueled by both longtime numismatists and newer collectors who appreciate coins that combine affordability at lower grades with strong upside at higher ones. When it comes to market value, the difference condition makes it dramatic. Circulated examples typically trade in the lower dollar range depending on where, but uncirculated coins tell a very different story. In mint state condition, values can climb into the hundreds of dollars, and for coins graded at the top of the scale with original red color and sharp strike quality, prices can reach into the high hundreds or more depending on market demand and eye appeal. Auction records consistently show that premium examples command strong competition, reflecting their scarcity and desirability. For collectors hoping to find or upgrade a 1939 wheat penny, condition should always be the primary focus. Look for coins with minimal wear on Lincoln's high points, strong wheat details on the reverse, and original color rather than cleaned or altered surfaces. Professional grading can significantly impact value, especially for higher-end examples, and searching old collections, estate holdings, or carefully examined rolls can sometimes yield surprising results. Patience and knowledge are essential when targeting this date. Beyond its monetary value, the 1939 wheat penny, without a mint mark, carries an emotional and historical appeal that continues to draw collectors deeper into the series. Holding this coin is like holding a small piece of America on the edge of transformation, a moment when the nation was leaving behind economic hardship and unknowingly stepping toward a global conflict that would reshape everything. Coins from this year circulated through countless hands, passing through local shops, factories, and homes, which adds to the story each surviving piece tells today. That sense of real-world use and survival is part of why collectors are willing to pay strong premiums for examples that somehow escaped heavy wear and still display crisp detail and natural color. As the Wheat Penny series continues to gain renewed attention, the 1939 Philadelphia issue stands as a reminder that rarity is often hidden in condition, not just in low mintage numbers. Many collectors overlook this date while chasing more famous key years, yet seasoned numismatists understand its long-term importance and steadily rising demand. Whether you are building a complete wheat cent set or searching for a standout coin with lasting value, the 1939 no-mint mark wheat penny deserves serious consideration. The 1939 wheat penny, without a mint mark, is a perfect example of how a humble 1-cent coin can carry substantial value, historical weight, and collector appeal. Its scarcity and high-grade condition, combined with strong demand and timeless design, makes it an important piece for both new and seasoned collectors. As we move forward in this series, stay with us, because the next coin we are about to explore takes everything you just learned and raises the stakes even higher, revealing another everyday coin with extraordinary worth hiding in plain sight. Thirdly, we're going to explore the most valuable and expensive United States ultra-rare, the 1942 wheat penny, without a mint mark, stands as one of the most legendary and emotionally charged coins in United States numismatics. A coin that looks ordinary at first glance, but carries a story and a value that can stop collectors in their tracks. This is not just another old penny pulled from circulation. This is a coin born during World War II, a time when copper was urgently needed for ammunition and military equipment, making its very existence a mistake that turned into a historic treasure. When people talk about ultra-rare U.S. coins that can completely change the way you look at loose change, this penny is always near the top of that list, because its value today can reach levels that feel unreal for something once worth just 1 cent. What makes the 1942 wheat penny without a mint mark so powerful is the metal itself. In 1942, the U.S. Mint officially switched to zinc-coated steel pennies to conserve copper for the war effort. Almost all pennies that year were steel, which stick to a magnet and have a silver-gray appearance. However, a very small number of pennies were accidentally struck on leftover bronze planchets from 1942 at the Philadelphia Mint. These bronze errors were never supposed to exist, and that mistake is exactly what turned them into one of the most valuable Lincoln cents ever discovered. Value is where this coin truly shocks people. An authentic 1942 bronze wheat penny with no mint mark can be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, and in top condition, verified examples have sold for well over $1 million at major auctions. Even well-worn examples can still command life-changing sums because demand far exceeds supply. There are only a handful of confirmed genuine pieces known to exist, which makes every new discovery headline-worthy and intensely scrutinized by experts. Condition plays a major role, but rarity always comes first with this coin. A heavily circulated 1942 bronze penny may show scratches, fading, or dark toning, yet it can still be worth more than pristine coins from other years. Higher-grade examples with sharp details, strong wheat lines, and original color push values dramatically higher. Collectors and investors alike compete fiercely for these coins, driving prices upward whenever one appears on the market. Authentication is absolutely critical because this coin is one of the most faked pennies in U.S. history. Many steel pennies are copper-plated to fool inexperienced collectors, while others are altered dates from 1945 or 1948. A real 1942 bronze wheat penny will not stick to a magnet and will have the correct weight and metal composition. Professional grading and certification from a trusted service is the only way to confirm its true value and protect buyers and sellers alike. What gives this penny such lasting appeal is not just the money, but the story behind it. It represents a wartime America under pressure, a minting error born from chaos, and a tiny survivor that slipped through the system unnoticed. That combination of history, accident, and extreme scarcity is exactly what serious collectors chase, and why this coin continues to break records decades after it was made. The idea that unimaginable wealth could be hiding in old jars, drawers, or inherited collections is not fantasy when it comes to this penny. While the odds are small, real discoveries have happened, often by people who had no idea what they were holding. That possibility alone keeps collectors checking every 1942 penny they come across, hoping to find bronze instead of steel. In today's market, rare U.S. coins like the 1942 bronze wheat penny are viewed as tangible pieces of history with proven demand. Unlike modern collectibles that rise and fall with trends, iconic era coins with documented scarcity have shown long-term strength because they appeal across generations of collectors. This penny is not valued for hype alone. It is valued because it cannot be replaced. Another reason the 1942 bronze wheat penny without a mint mark commands such extraordinary attention is the intense competition among elite collectors and major museums. When one of these coins appears at auction, it is not just hobbyists bidding. It is seasoned investors, institutional buyers, and historical collectors who understand that opportunities to acquire this penny are extremely rare. Each confirmed sale becomes a benchmark, often pushing future values even higher, because every transaction removes one more example from public reach and locks it away in a long-term collection. Public fascination with this coin has only grown over time, fueled by news stories of unexpected discoveries and record-breaking auction results. The idea that a single penny could outperform stocks, real estate, or gold captures the imagination of people far beyond the coin-collecting community. This widespread attention adds another layer of demand, keeping the 1942 bronze wheat penny firmly positioned as one of the most desirable and expensive United States coins ever produced. Ultimately, the legacy of the 1942 wheat penny without a mint mark is built on more than money alone. It represents the rare moment when history, human error, and scarcity intersect in perfect balance. For collectors, owning one is like holding a physical piece of wartime America that should never have existed. For everyone else, it serves as a powerful reminder that extraordinary value can hide in the most ordinary places, waiting quietly until the right moment to be discovered. That if you have old U.S. coins, especially wheat pennies, they deserve a second look. A simple magnet test can instantly tell you whether a 1942 penny is common steel or something far more serious. That small moment of curiosity has, in rare cases, turned an overlooked coin into a centerpiece of a million-dollar collection. What truly separates the 1942 bronze wheat penny without a mint mark from other rare coins is the sense of urgency and possibility it creates every time it is mentioned. Unlike coins that were intentionally produced in limited numbers, this penny exists purely because of a brief lapse in the minting process, making it a symbol of accidental fortune. Collectors are drawn to it because no amount of money or influence can create another example, and that absolute finality keeps demand intense. Each surviving coin carries the weight of its near-impossible survival, and that reality is reflected directly in its staggering value. This is why the 1942 wheat penny, without a mint mark, remains one of the most talked about and searched for coins in American numismatics. It proves that even the smallest coin can carry enormous value, and that history, rarity, and timing can transform a single cent into one of the most expensive and powerful symbols of hidden wealth in the world of coin collecting. And fourthly, we're talking about the most valuable and expensive United States ultra-rare coin hiding in plain sight can look exactly like this. A 1944 wheat penny without a mint mark from the United States of America, old, scratched, darkened by time, and easily dismissed as pocket change. This is the kind of coin people overlook, spend, or throw into jars without a second thought. Yet under the right circumstances, this battered copper survivor has shocked collectors by commanding extreme money. Not because it is perfect, but because it is real, raw, and historically charged. A coin that appears ruined can become priceless when rarity, story, and survival collide, and the 1944 no-mint mark wheat penny sits at the center of that mystery. To understand why, you have to step back into the year 1944, when the United States was fully consumed by World War II. The economy was operating under wartime pressure, resources were rationed, and metal was no longer just metal, it was ammunition, machinery, and survival. Every industry was affected, including the U.S. Mint. Coin production during this period was driven by necessity rather than aesthetics, and speed mattered more than perfection. The nation needed coins to keep commerce moving, even as the world was burning, and that urgency left behind coins with stories etched into their surfaces. The 1944 wheat penny without a mint mark was struck in Philadelphia, the primary mint facility of the United States. Because Philadelphia did not use a mint mark at the time, these coins appear plain and unremarkable at first glance. Tens of millions were produced, which leads many to assume the coin is common and worthless. But high mintage does not guarantee high survival in meaningful condition or with unusual characteristics. What matters is how many coins endured decades of circulation, abuse, and neglect, and how many emerged with traits that separate them from the ordinary mass. This particular coin tells its story through damage. The scratches across Lincoln's portrait, the uneven color from decades of oxidation, the softened wheat stalks on the reverse, and the worn lettering are not defects, they are evidence. Evidence that this coin circulated through post-war America, passed through countless hands, survived pockets, tills, and time itself. Collectors increasingly recognize that these scars are a record of survival. A coin that looks ugly has often lived the hardest life, and that life can make it far rarer than a pristine example locked away from history. Modern collectors are no longer chasing perfection alone. There is a growing obsession with coins that feel human, coins that tell stories without words. A heavily worn 1944 wheat penny with dramatic damage can ignite emotional responses because it represents endurance. Niche collectors actively pursue coins that stand out visually, coins that spark conversation, and coins that cannot be easily replaced. Uniqueness, not shine, becomes the driving force, and when a coin looks like no other, demand can escalate fast. Within the 1944 wheat penny series, unusual traits deepen the intrigue. Wartime metal transitions had just ended, and although most 1944 pennies were struck in copper alloy reclaimed from shell casings, anomalies did occur. Planchet flaws, lamination errors, weak strikes, and die deterioration are all known within this era. Environmental reactions over decades can further transform the surface, creating patterns that appear dramatic and unrepeatable. Even when an error is subtle, the combination of wartime context and physical oddity can elevate a coin into a different category entirely. The auction market has proven that emotion often outweighs logic. When a damaged coin tells a compelling story and photographs well, it can attract attention far beyond traditional collectors. Social media exposure, specialty error auctions, and bidding wars fueled by fear of missing out have pushed certain coins into shocking territory. Once two determined collectors decide they want the same unique piece, price guides become irrelevant, and the hammer price becomes history. In extreme scenarios, a visually striking, heavily damaged 1944 no-mint mark wheat penny with a confirmed anomaly or extraordinary presentation could enter six-figure territory under the right conditions. This is not a normal outcome, and it is not guaranteed, but it is possible when rarity, narrative, and competition converge. These are the moments that redefine what collectors believe about value, when a coin once worth a cent becomes a headline. One of the most fascinating aspects of the 1944 no-mint mark wheat penny is how time itself becomes part of the coin's value equation. Decades of circulation do more than wear down metal, they compress history into a single object. Every discoloration, every softened edge, every uneven surface tells a silent story of post-war America rebuilding itself, of wages paid, goods exchanged, and lives lived. Collectors who understand this see beyond surface damage and recognize that a heavily worn coin can act like a historical document. In a market saturated with untouched examples, a survivor that clearly lived through history can feel far more authentic and far more desirable. Another reason these battered 1944 wheat pennies generate attention is scarcity at the extremes. While millions were struck, very few survived with dramatic, eye-catching wear that still leaves the date and key design elements visible. Coins that are too damaged lose identity, but coins that are damaged in a balanced, almost artistic way occupy a narrow and powerful niche. These are the pieces that stop viewers mid-scroll, the coins that spark debate, and the coins that trigger emotional bidding. Their rarity is not about numbers minted, but about how unlikely it is for such a specific combination of damage, clarity, and historical context to exist today. For collectors and curious viewers alike, the 1944 no-mint mark wheat penny serves as a powerful lesson in perception. What looks worthless at first glance can be hiding extraordinary potential when examined through the lens of history, psychology, and market behavior. This is why experienced collectors examine every coin closely, especially the ones others ignore. In the world of numismatics, value does not always announce itself with shine or perfection. Sometimes it whispers through scratches, scars, and age, waiting for the right set of eyes to recognize that survival itself can be the rarest trait of all. This is why coin collecting is not about chasing perfection alone. It is about history, survival, and unpredictability. The 1944 wheat penny without a mint mark stands as a reminder that character can outweigh condition, and that damage can create identity. Coins like this challenge assumptions and reward those who look closer. Before dismissing any old, scratched, or darkened penny, take a moment to study it. History has a habit of hiding in plain sight, and sometimes the most valuable coins are the ones that look the least valuable of all. And at the end, we're exploring the most valuable and expensive. The 1946 wheat penny without a mint mark stands as one of the most fascinating and highly sought-after pieces in the realm of Lincoln cent collecting, captivating enthusiasts with its deceptive commonality and a hidden rarity that commands extraordinary respect. While the Philadelphia Mint produced over 1 billion pennies that year, creating a coin that seems ordinary at first glance, the true treasure lies in a specific, pristine condition that elevates it to the status of a numismatic crown jewel. This particular issue, when found in exceptional gem uncirculated state, represents the pinnacle of quality for the series from the immediate post-war era, appealing to collectors who seek the very best examples of a historic coin. Its allure is rooted in the extreme challenge of finding a 1946 penny that escaped the vigorous circulation of America's booming post-war economy, making any superlative specimen a prized treasure that embodies both survival and perfection. Historically, the 1946 wheat penny emerged as America transitioned from the global conflict of World War II to a period of domestic recovery and growth. This coin was the first Lincoln cent of the fully peaceful post-war era, with production no longer constrained by the wartime mandate to use recycled shell casings for the zinc-coated steel cents of 1943. Returning to the traditional bronze alloy of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, the 1946 penny symbolizes a return to normalcy and stability. The absence of a mint mark explicitly denotes its origin at the Philadelphia Mint, the flagship facility of the United States Mint. This coin circulated through the hands of Americans during the beginnings of the baby boom and the economic expansion that would define the late 1940s, serving as a tangible connection to a nation rebuilding and refocusing on domestic life. Its very substance, pure bronze once more, marked the end of wartime compromises, embedding it with significant cultural and historical weight. The unique features of the 1946 no-mint mark wheat penny are defined by the iconic design that had by then graced the 1-cent piece for nearly 4 decades. The obverse features Victor David Brenner's enduring portrait of Abraham Lincoln, a symbol of unity and resilience, flanked by the inscriptions, "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the year 1946. The reverse showcases the twin wheat ears, framing the denomination and the national motto, United States of America and 1 cent. What distinguishes a premium example is not a design variation, but the breathtaking artistry revealed in a mint state specimen. When preserved in superb condition, the coin's surfaces exhibit a rich, lustrous bronze toning, with the full, sharp details of Lincoln's hair and the wheat stalks on the reverse speaking to a coin that never endured the friction of commerce. The visual appeal is in the quality of strike and the preservation of its original mint bloom, a satiny texture that is exceptionally difficult to find from this period of high-demand coinage. The rarity of the 1946 Philadelphia wheat penny is not found in a low mintage figure, but in the extreme scarcity of examples surviving in superb condition. With over 991 million struck, the coin is ubiquitous in circulated grades, which makes the existence of high-grade specimens seem almost paradoxical. The concept of conditional rarity is paramount here. While one can find a 1946 penny in any pocket change, locating one in mint state 67 red or higher is a monumental numismatic challenge. The vast majority of these coins entered circulation and were worn down in the active post-war economy. Furthermore, the collecting and preservation of coinage in gem uncirculated grades was not as systematic as it is today, meaning very few were set aside at the time of minting. This combination of massive circulation and limited contemporary saving creates a situation where the population of top-tier certified examples is astonishingly low, driving intense demand among series specialists and registry set collectors. The market value for a 1946 no-mint mark wheat penny in truly exceptional condition reflects its status as a conditioned census rarity. While a circulated example is worth only a few cents, a coin graded MS 66 red might command a value in the range of $100 to $300. However, the valuation escalates dramatically for the absolute finest known examples. A penny graded MS 67 plus red can realize prices from $1,500 to $3,000, and the pinnacle specimens, those graded MS 68 red, have achieved auction results soaring from $6,000 to well over $8,000. These figures underscore the exponential premium placed on perfect preservation. The coin's value is boosted not by an error, but by its flawless execution and survival, representing the absolute peak of what the Philadelphia Mint could produce in 1946. This market demonstrates steady appreciation, as each new population report confirms the scarcity of coins at the top of the grading scale. For collectors pursuing this valuable key date by condition, several critical tips must be observed to ensure a successful and secure acquisition. Prioritizing coins that have been professionally graded and encapsulated by leading services like PCGS or NGC is non-negotiable, as this guarantees authenticity and provides a definitive assessment of condition, particularly the crucial red color designation for mint state bronze coins. Inspecting the coin within its holder for full, sharp striking details, especially on Lincoln's cheek and the lines of the wheat ears, is essential. Purchases should be made through reputable avenues, such as established coin dealers, major numismatic auction houses, or certified marketplaces, where provenance and seller integrity are assured. Given the substantial investment required for a top-grade example, due diligence and patient market observation are invaluable virtues. Proper stewardship of such a prize is equally important once it is acquired. The coin must remain securely in its tamper-evident holder, which protects it from environmental damage and physical handling. Storage should be in a stable, climate-controlled environment, away from humidity and direct sunlight, which can degrade the vibrant red mint luster over time. Unnecessary handling, even of the slab itself, should be avoided to prevent any potential damage. Engaging with the broader community of Lincoln Cent specialists and registry set collectors can provide ongoing insights into market trends, upcoming auction opportunities, and nuanced knowledge about the subtle variations in strike and color that distinguish the finest specimens. The pursuit of a gem-quality 1946 Philadelphia cent thus becomes a journey into the very heart of mid-century American numismatics, where the true rarity is defined not by a minuscule mintage, but by the sheer improbability of a coin escaping the torrent of post-war commerce in a state of flawless preservation. This paradoxical scarcity, born from abundance, ensures its permanent status as a sleeper hit and a blue chip holding within the series, a coin whose value is anchored in its unimpeachable condition and whose historical resonance is magnified by its pristine surfaces. For the astute collector, it represents the ultimate expression of the conditional rarity principle, offering a tangible, bronze-hued masterpiece that whispers of a nation's return to peace and prosperity, and whose market performance consistently rewards those who appreciate the profound difference between a common coin and an uncommon treasure. The 1946 wheat penny from the Philadelphia Mint embodies a compelling numismatic narrative where overwhelming quantity gives way to breathtaking qualitative rarity. It represents a powerful blend of post-war American history, classic coinage artistry, and the relentless pursuit of preservationist perfection. As a collectible, it offers a profound challenge and an immense reward, standing as a cornerstone for any advanced Lincoln wheat cent collection. Its lasting value and appeal are secured by the immutable laws of condition rarity, ensuring that those few pristine coins that survive will continue to be celebrated as masterpieces of their era. For the dedicated numismatist, securing a gem 1946 penny is not merely an acquisition, but an achievement, a testament to the enduring quest for the finest tangible connections to our past.